Well, good morning, everybody. Hi. It is so good to see everyone here. I'm reading through your comments already, and you are the nicest people, and y'all are great cooks or very generous with the things that you bring into our Stitchuation room. Good morning, everybody. My name is Becky, and I have the YouTube channel Power Tools with Thread. You are here, and while you're here, do me a favor and hit the thumbs up below the video if you're watching on a mobile device or your computer, or if you're on your TV, hit the up arrow button. That helps a lot. And we are here in our virtual quilt retreat and TGIF, it is Friday. Yay! I know when we're retired, it doesn't matter if it's Friday or not, but we're taking off for the coast this weekend. We'll be in Port O'Connor. And yes, Julianne, I'm on it. I have hit record. Thank you. That's your official duty now. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so I've hit record. So we're rocking and rolling today. Cato Mills. Hey, Tina. Yeah, we've got lots of Texas girls, but you guys are coming in from all over the country. I've seen New Jersey, Wisconsin. You guys are everywhere. And it's so good to see y'all. I got to tell you, I love this community because you guys always say you learn from me, but I learn from you. So yesterday, one of the commenters to the video, I was doing a binding yesterday. I was binding the Praises quilt, this right here. I was binding it, and I was lamenting about not wanting to hand stitch the binding. And one of you left a comment that said that you had watched a video that was like 9 years old from Laura Koya of So Very Easy. And it's how to put, it's not really a sleeve, but it's a method to put, to create a hanging feature using one stitch. And I was like, oh, I've got to see this. I've got to see this. This is crazy. Y'all, I just watched that video. It's about 4 minutes long. Crazy efficient. And I thought, oh my goodness, I've got to see that. So I have linked it below the video. Okay. And in the description box. And if you're watching on a TV, pull up your phone or your mobile device, a tablet, and underneath the video, there's a little, it says more, tap that. And then it drops into all the featured stuff that we talk about. But at the top of the fold there, I linked to that video so you guys can watch that. That was so, you guys, I put off stitching on this binding yesterday. And right before I went to bed, I mean, I stitched some of the binding, but I got to the top where the sleeve is going to go. And literally before I went to bed, I went ahead and clipped the sleeve that I made to the top. And I was like, I'm not sewing this tonight. I just don't feel like sewing this tonight because if you sew it, if I sewed it, then I was committed because I wasn't going to use adhesive to put down the bottom edge of that sleeve. So when you're finished with me, jump over there if you would be so kind. And if you haven't already, I hope you subscribe to the videos and to my channel and be part of the Power Tools with Thread team. We have a blast over here. So much fun. So I see Donna got her piecing machine. She jumped onto the Brother PQ 1500 piecing machine bandwagon as well. And Donna, you are going to love that. Matter of fact, I told my husband this morning, so I bought another one of these. This machine is on Amazon. It's less than $700. The first one I bought, this is the first one I bought, and it was on Amazon deal days. It was the very first one they did years and years ago. And I got the machine for less than $400. And then it jumped back up. It was like half price because it usually retails around $8. Well, the machine on Amazon is sold by Brother and warranted by Brother. And if it has any issues, Brother dealers have to service it. So don't ever let a dealer tell you that just because you didn't buy the machine from them, they can't service it. because that's hogwash. Anyway, yeah. So Jeannie, you don't have to put Jeannie under Mike Stone anymore. I've got it in my head, girlfriend. She signs in under her husband's account. Anyway, you're saving for your PQ 1500 carry. Good for you. Yeah, stretching it out so you can keep buying fabric. But this is the best bang for the buck in the straight stitching machine world. Absolutely. Love this machine. Love it so much. I bought another one. And so I took it to the coast. Well, I have the Brother Quattro down at the coast. And I was like, what am I going to do with that? Because I'm limited on space down there. And it's so it's a 4-bedroom house, but we have one of the rooms is dedicated to the dogs. It's got the 2 dog crates in there. And then it's all of our extra stuff. It's kind of, I hate to use the word junk room, but you guys know what I mean. Okay. We have a shed. I'm not going to say we'd have a garage. So I'm going to go through there probably Saturday morning, tomorrow morning, and just start using the Dana K. White declutter method. I'm going to take a big black trash bag and get rid of all the obvious trash. I'm going to get rid of anything. I'm going to move things around if it has another obvious home. And then I'm going to get rid of what we call donations. Those are things that I know I haven't used in a long time. It's still very serviceable, and I'm going to give it as a donation. They have a real big garage sale down there. They do it in the community center, and it's huge, and they do it once a year. So I've got like one of those ginormous big, I used to have it in my sewing room, the Joann's sewing table, where it folds skinny, and then it flips up and the legs come out underneath. I have one of those down there. I moved it down there, I bet you 5 years ago. Right? No, it's 3 years ago. When I moved in this room. February will be 3 years. So it's been down there for 2.5 years. I've never used it in 2.5 years. I know I'm not going to use it because I don't have the space. So that's going. Tina wants to know what my shirt says. Blessed are the quilters, for they shall be called peacemakers. Isn't this adorable? Yeah. Okay. Oh, Paula wants to know, you said you were wondering where you got my labels from. I heard you guys, and I've pulled up a tab. I'll share my screen here in a second. So tomorrow I'm going to be using the Dana K. White method from A Slob Comes Clean and I'll do a before and after and show you guys too. I'll remember to take a picture before. So I'm going to take this hot mess, and I'm embarrassed for you guys to see it because I'm usually so neat and tidy. But my husband knows now too, because I've been at this for a couple of years where I'll tell him, I could send my fabric donation. Oh, story time. There's no fabric in that room. If there is, there's very little. I take a project down there to work on, and then I bring it home. I don't do a lot of that. So, yeah, I don't have a stash down there because it's on the coast, and we do keep the house air conditioned, but occasionally the power cuts off. And if the air conditioner doesn't come back on, which we've had happen, things mold. So I try not to leave anything down there that could be ruined. If I leave a fabric stash down there, it's going to get fuzzy. You know what I mean? Yes, you guys, please click like, hit the thumbs up, you guys, and subscribe. Oh, we went over 66,000 subscribers today. Yay. Thank you guys so much. And thank you to all my new subscribers. Thank you to those of you who have been with me from the beginning. I have people come to my classes and say, I subscribed to you when Joy told me to do it back in 2019. Oh, yeah. So anyway, I told him this morning, I said, I'm going through the dog room. And he goes, okay, because he knows I'm going to be getting rid of a lot of stuff. What I need to do is make room for the Quattro and put it back in that room. I have one of those, like the big wires, 5 or 6 standing shelf wire racks that hold hundreds of pounds. I've got to get that machine on there, because I just need it up off. I don't want it on the floor, and I need to put it somewhere. I don't want to bring it home because as soon as I do, I'm going to want to embroider something down there. You know, that's how that works. So I bought that machine off of Craigslist. Found it on Craigslist. Yeah. That was the day I lost my phone. I remember. We met at a police substation for me to buy it. They have a safe spot where you can drive up and do your Craigslist sales, safety zone, they call it. Well, I set my phone up on the top ledge of the truck on the bed, and we were doing the sale and everything was fine. And then we drove off. And we were on our way over to All Brands to go get it. He didn't bring the power plug. So we were on our way over to All Brands. And I was like, where's my phone? My watch told me your phone's not here. We went back and looked and looked and looked, never found it. I suspect it went off when we turned the corner onto Jones Maltzberger and it slid into a storm drain. That's what I think, because we never could find it. That was an expensive day. We left from All Brands after I got my new power cord, and I went to the AT&T store and bought a new phone. Sue wants to know if the Quattro's heavy. Could it be a traveling machine? No, ma'am. That thing is a beast. It's heavy. It is not. That's why I have my NQ. This is Gypsy, my travel machine, my NQ 3700D. That is a 6x10 USB. Matter of fact, I helped sell one of these over at Mall Queens. The girl was looking for one. She wanted the needle to go down and stay down when she pivots. And this machine does that. I was like, oh, you got to look at this one. It's great. And so it's pretty lightweight. I like that one. Yeah. Oh, Becky says she subscribed shortly after I had visited one of the quilt stores near her and posted a video, and then YouTube recommended the video, and you've been watching ever since. Great, Becky. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. No, this machine is not heavy. The Brother NQ 3700D weighs about, I don't know, 25 pounds. Not much, right? But that Quattro's a beast. It's got a camera in it too. I put the 2 upgrades in it, so it thinks it's a dream machine. Don't say anything. Shh, don't say anything. All right. My poly batting that I need for Molly's quilt that I need to get stitched did not arrive yesterday. So this is a jelly roll race, and it needs to go on the long arm. I have the minky backing. I'm waiting for the batting to arrive. So I was hoping to get that done yesterday. That was on my calendar to do yesterday. But since it didn't come, I had a little extra time. So I stitched out another Wonky house. Look at this one. Yeah, look at this. So here was the first one I did. Okay, and here's the second one I did. So I've stitched out the second Wonky house. I adore the use of the olive drab on the roof line right here and around the overhang from the front door. Isn't that adorable? I love this. This is so awesome. So awesome. It's just cute. So this comes from a collection from Fabric Confetti. It was designed by Mr. Bruce Allen Designs for Fabric Confetti. And it makes this right here. This is going to be a wall hanging. And I can't come up with my own designs. So I can't come up with my own colors. So I try to match theirs as close as possible. Okay. Oh, good. Mary says she tried using the poly thread in her Juki instead of cotton. And when using the thread cutter, the thread no longer breaks or comes unthreaded for the needle. Now, that's why I did that. So if you get one of these machines, if you use cotton thread in it, y'all, we all love to piece with cotton thread, right? But if you piece on this machine, and the Juki and the Baby Lock Jane, If you piece on these machines, you need a strong thread like a poly. So, oh, thank you, Betsy. Oh, Betsy says that Bruce was on my channel the other day and she thanked him for the nice designs, but I missed that. Yeah, I missed that. They are so cute. So anyway, I'm working on that. I've got a link to that below, you guys, if you want to get it. And thank you so much for supporting our small companies and designers. I think that's wonderful. Don't get me wrong. I love the big dogs as well, but I love to find smaller companies and small business and support them. Okay. So that means today, if I do any sewing, because I'm going to rethink my binding sleeve method, I'm going to do Laura Koya's method on the back of this. So I'm going to get back to American Pie. I'm going to piece on this if I do any stitching this morning. Y'all get me yakking. Yes, he thanked me. He did. He emailed me and I sent him a link to the video yesterday. I don't think he watched yesterday, but I sent him a link to or maybe he did. Anyway, I said, here, you're at the 10-minute mark and whatnot. Okay, so you guys asked where I get my labels from. I'm going to share my screen with you. I pulled up their website. It is called the Dutch Label Shop. And let me pull that and then I will share. So here it is right here. This is Dutch Label Shop. It's Dutch, D-U-T-C-H. It's not Deutsch, it's Dutch. Labelshop.com. And non-paid promotion, you guys. I've been buying my labels from them for years. I found out about this place from a garment seamstress called Ladybird. And she has all her labels from them as well. Also, let me stop sharing this window. Okay. Also, when I was talking about fabric confetti, I want to share this one. What I had talked about, a lady had asked, let me show you. Oh, I don't want to subscribe. Thank you so much. I'm already subscribed. All right. So this is where the Wonky houses comes from. Okay. So you go to fabric confetti and this is all of these are embroidery designs. I want to tell you guys can use the link below my video. If you are one of those insane quilters that do Judy Niemeyer quilts, Vanessa, the owner of Fabric Confetti, has come up with a grid system for you to be able to pre-cut all of your applique pieces for these vines and those leaves. This is all applique, you guys, in these corners, okay? And look at all the vines that are going through here. That's all applique. She has pre-cut applique pieces, or no, she does not. Yes, she does. She uses a Glowforge. I remember she told me that. Okay. You can get this and you can put this on your quilt top with an embroidery machine. She's got it done. Okay. So she has these digitized for you Niemeyer crazies. You guys are Niemeyer crazies. All right. So here's the Wonky houses. They did just do a website update. I wanted to show you. There's our Thanksgiving pumpkin or Halloween pumpkin. And then we have a Thanksgiving. Let's see. Let me go through here. I wanted to find the happy fall, y'all. Y'all, these are so cute. Here's more Wonky houses. Is that cute? Cute stuff. Here it is. So someone had asked me, because she also sells these are called pea pods, her letters. Well, the pea pod letters are used in this right here. These letters are included. The fall, F-A-L-L, are included in the Happy Fall, y'all wall hanging. Okay. So she had asked. So I talked about us being nickel dime to death. Yeah. But they are included in that. Donna Marie. Oh my goodness, girlfriend. Thank you so much. You are so incredibly sweet. Oh, I appreciate that. There's a little $sign next to the smiley face if you're in the chat, and that is a way. It's super thanks is what that is called, and that helps out the channel a whole bunch. If you like the content, I truly appreciate that, but thank you very much, Donna. Yeah, Donna, you better save your money, girlfriend. You're going to be piecing like crazy now. So good to see everybody and shop and shop and shop. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Sharon, you retired recently. Congratulations. Do I find I have less time now? I never have time to sew. Isn't that amazing? So I have become, I was in the military and then civil service, and you become very, I'm very regimented, and I guess I'm fairly organized, but I have routines, dedicated routines. So for instance, I get out of bed, I have my first cup of coffee, I put away the dishes in the dish rack from the night before, and then I would come in here and I would sew 20 or 30 minutes. And then I would go back, and on my second cup of coffee, I put away the dishes in the dishwasher and ran a hot sink so that we were ready to start the day, because we cook at home all the time. And so then, since I started doing the Stitchuation room, for those of you who are new and your first time here, welcome. Thank you for joining us. So I made, look at my little Stitchuation room sign. This is Miss Texas. She represents a singer featherweight that I was gifted from a benefactor of my channel, Lady M. So anyway, okay, put that there. So now that I'm in here for a full hour first thing in the morning, when I get up and make my coffee, I'm putting away both the dish rack and the dishwasher and running a hot sink, because Mr. Man gets up and starts cooking his breakfast. Emily, oh, thank you. You are so sweet, Emily, her eatator. Thank you, Emily. Emily was one of my students in my private lessons, and she was just struggling with trying to make the Lori Holt quilt blocks using the simple shapes. Let me see. We worked on this one. Let me pull that needle off of this. She kept emailing me saying, I just can't get it to fit. I can't get it to fit. And y'all, it was something as simple as just rotating the umbrella visually in the software in order to get it to fit, and learning how to use those ruler guides in the software. So what am I talking about? What is this of what you speak? You guys, Candace was another of my students. Thank you, Candace. You are so sweet, Mama. I appreciate you very much. You guys are supplementing my fabric habit. So what this does, okay, what it is you can either take the simple shape and put it on the scanning mat and run it into the scan and cut, or if you don't get a clean scan that way, you can trace around the simple shape onto a piece of paper and then run that into the scan and cut, and you get a digital file. You get an image that is a digital file of the shape. And I do all the shapes in any of Lori Holt's quilts, okay? You have to trace around her stuff on the back of that fusible interfacing anyway, right? Which I don't want to do. So, but you can scan the shapes into the Brother Scan and Cut using the scanning mat. Then pull those shapes digitally into embroidery software. I like Stitch Artist 2 because it is very, very simple to use, and just build the shape in the software just as if you were building the little pieces right in front of you on your work table. All right. And with the click of one button, you turn it into applique, embroidery applique, and you get a placement line, and then you can put your fabric down, and then it gives you the final blanket stitch. Someone asked yesterday several times how because Stitch Artist 2 only gives you a placement line and a blanket stitch. And they were like, where's the tack down? Because she doesn't want to pre-cut her pieces. Okay. I do use the scan and cut to pre-cut these pieces. That's why they're so perfect. Let me show you how perfect this is, you guys. Can you see how perfect those stitches are? Look at that. I can't do that. That's amazing. Look at that. It's perfect. And it was done in an embroidery machine. Note, once you digitize these, you are not allowed to share or sell them. Don't do us wrong, ladies. This is the intellectual property of Lori Holt and Riley Blake, and thou shalt not share. That's a new commandment in the quilters world. Thou shalt not share, right? It's a sin. Okay, anyway, I'm not going to beat that drum. Y'all know better. That's right. Franny said, run the placement line twice. Yes, that is exactly it right here. You hover over on the main stage, you hover over the placement line, right click copy, right click paste, and then in the objects panel, you drag it underneath you grab a hold of it and drag it up underneath the placement line. That's how you do that. That's right. Exactly. Also, I forgot to mention yesterday, Bruce let me know, for you fabric confetti folks, if you don't have a cutting machine, to make this, they include PDF files in the same folder with the SVG cut files. So you can just trace around the shape just like you do the old fashioned way of doing business. Yeah. Yeah. What are you guys working on? Can I teach how to, you guys, your comments are like, oh my gosh, I love it, love it, love it. Ding, 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 ding. Can I teach you how to jump in and get mine excited? Yeah, that's wonderful. You made the live, Cheryl. Glad you're here. Well, I appreciate you listening from your car. That's nice. Yeah, don't watch, just drive and listen, right? What add-on in Brilliance are you talking about, Candace? Finished tracing the pieces on Wander Lane, and it was pretty quick and painless. Yes, I did that too. I am on Wander Lane. I have a pile. Why don't I start this month? I don't know. I don't want to be behind. I did start Sunflower Slope on Wander Lane. That one. That house in the middle. Whoop, let me go. Let me get it. The house in the middle right there with the sunflowers. Yep. That is all. I have my fabrics chosen. That's as far as I've gotten on that. That's as far as I've gotten. I could cut that this weekend. I'm going to be busy. We're coming home on Sunday, so I'm here for the live with you guys on Sunday afternoon. So we're not going to be gone for days and days. Yep. Oh my goodness. When you use your Cricut, you had to resize it in Design Space. Yeah, y'all, there's something in the Cricut online software. There's something in the Cricut that resizes your shape. So you need to double check those, okay? Definitely double check. What was the binder ruler I mentioned yesterday? Donna, I didn't use a binding ruler. I just you cut a piece off to get your amount, your width. It's a 2.5, it's whatever width your binding strip is. 2.5 inches is what I used. And then I just set that on top of the one. No, I didn't use a ruler. Yep. So Connie mentioned she had it and it works on the Cricut. It worked on her own shapes before she got the Scan-A-Cut. It works on its own shapes. She never tried putting in a special cut. You need to, yeah, why yours is different. Huh. Good morning, Lisa. You're not late, my friend. Y'all, the kitchen's over here. There is a ton of food over there. We've got pastries. We've got, somebody brought in a 7-cup salad or something. Crazy. You guys, I know Friday's our big food day for some reason. It's like we're building up for the weekend or something. Oh, the long arm binding ruler. Florida Linda says the long arm binding ruler. Okay. That is actually in our store site, powertoolswiththreadstore.com. Did I put it up? Y'all, it's buried under here. I've been looking for it. I don't know what happened to it. I just heard Frito bounce the doggy door into my room. I don't know what happened to it. I was looking for it yesterday too. Y'all, I don't know where I put it. I don't want to promote it until I put a video out on it. I've already sold almost all of them anyway. I'm going to have to get back with the guy who makes, oh, here it is. I found it. I was looking in the wrong place. So here is my long arm binding ruler. This is it. This is on powertoolswiththreadstore.com. So if you're a long armer, okay, there is a groove in the back of this right here. Okay, there's no measurements on here because it doesn't matter which way you go, right or left. So there's no numbers. You need to put your ruler base on your long arm, okay? And this is for 2.5-inch strips. So if you like a different size width binding strip, this won't work for you. If we get a big desire for different, because these are expensive, you guys, to make. They're really expensive. Okay, so I'm the first in the industry to make this. I know somebody's going to copy it, but it's mine. I've got it on video, and I've got my logo. My logo is on my ruler. So how this works is you just lay your binding strip folded in half right on top of your quilt where you want it. Hold on, I got to say hi to Frida or she gets her feelings hurt. Good morning, baby. There's my baby girl. Good morning, sweet love. Oh, we had jerky yesterday. Daddy made jerky for Mike, Lisa. Yes. Yes. Okay. We had jerky. She was like, oh, my world has changed. She's new to us, so she has never had any of Keith's jerky. Okay. He's got one of those big, tall dehydrator ovens that's out in the garage. I make him do it outside because the house, oh, the smell. Love it, but ooh, overpowering. Anyway, fold your binding in half and lay it across the top or the sides, whatever it is. And then you put these right here on the top edge of the quilt. You have to use a 1/4-inch hopping foot. You can't use the open toe or the bowl or any of that. You've got to use the standard 1/4-inch hopping foot that comes on your long arm. So all you do when you put this on top and you nudge and you place these ends up against the edge of the quilt, let me get a piece of fabric. The quilt binding snugs up on that edge and holds it really tight. You don't even have to pin. It's crazy. Let me see. Let me get a piece of this binding strip. Oh. Okay. So this is folded. This is a 2.5-inch strip. It's in my store site, and I did link the store site below, powertoolswiththreadstore.com. Okay. All right. So you got your binding strip, right? Raw edges to the outside of the quilt, of course. Peggy Williams says she bought one and she loves it. Yeah. I do need a small 45-degree angle on this, and that's why because the guy who made it is like, play with it, let me know. Another long armer who lives a couple streets over from me, that's what she does for a living. I gave her one. I said, I want your honest to gosh opinion if you like this or not. And she says she does. So if you're a long armer for other people, this could be something that you could add into your repertoire and say, hey, I can put a binding on for you and charge them another, however much you want to charge them, so you can increase your revenue. Definitely. So Kathy Gerhardt has one. She says she loves the ruler. Okay. So here's how it goes. I'm going to put it here on my project board. All right. So we don't pretend because we're grown-ups and we're in the military, so we simulate. That's what we do. We simulate. That's another word for pretend, but we're grown-ups, so we don't pretend. So we simulate, and here you go. When I put that edge, that groove, let me get it right, you guys. It's perfect right there. See how that bottom of that groove is exactly on the edge of the binding, the folded edge of the binding right here. And then these little feet are up at the top and they're right on the edge of the fabric and it doesn't move. So you've got your fingers on it, holding it down with your left hand or whichever hand, your other hand, and you just run the hopping foot just right along. You'll get a perfect 1/4-inch seam. And then this edge right here is designed. Let me pull my binding this way. The edge is designed so that when you get to the end over here, it stops you a 1/4 inch away from the edge of the fabric, from the end of the quilt. Okay, so you just put this plastic piece right here. And if you're on, on your quilt, sometimes it's hard to see. Well, you can see the end of your quilt coming down right here as well. You guys, this thing is brilliant. It works so well. It has increased the speed with how I put my bindings on the quilt. I have videos on how to put your binding on with the quilt, but I'm doing it without the ruler, kind of freehanding it. This changes everything and makes you so accurate. Takes a minute to practice with it, but once you get it, you're gone. It's zoom. Get those binding. It is for the long arm. Yes. Donna just got one. You're going to love it. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. Once you get to going on those things, it's like, I do not put a binding on if I can avoid it any other way. Keith had nothing to do with that ruler. Cindy says, you and Keith are so clever. I'm taking total credit for that ruler. Well, I designed that ruler because I was using a regular quilting, like a long arm ruler, to hold the binding in place. And I was like, I need something with a groove in it because what I was doing, if you need a workaround, this is what I was doing. I was putting layers of washi tape on the back. Okay. That's exactly what I was doing. I've got an 1/8 inch one. This is TCR Engraving and Graphics. But I do need the 45 line on it. So my next iteration of these videos will have of the rulers will have the problem. I think I can do that. Yeah. It's just a matter of getting my plastic cutter guy to do that. So you guys, I had no idea. I thought those rulers were being overpriced. Oh, thank you, Candace. She just ordered it. You need the ruler holder too. That would be, yeah, that ruler holder. Okay. So these ruler holders, let me show you guys these. This ruler holder for my for my quilting rulers, my husband made me this one. My son makes them and he puts them in the store site, and he's on a PhD program, working full-time, father of 3. When he has bandwidth, he makes more. Okay. He makes these, and this is sized for quilting rulers. That ruler rack for my long arm rulers, that was made by a guy who was trying to get into the quilting ruler business a couple years ago, and made the prototype and never made it again. He even put my old logo in the back of it for me. I'm not going to take it down because it's a big mess. They'll fall everywhere. Yeah. Kay got one of my son's ruler holders. She loves it. It's perfect. Thank you. Yeah. He gets so many comments on that. And, a lot of times, because he's so stinking busy running around after his flock, he's at Peak Bible Church in Colorado Springs. Can you pre-order and wait? So, Candace, the problem with that is we do not like selling things and taking people's money if we can't provide the product right away. We just don't care to do that. That causes a lot of stress on you, believe it or not. Maybe some places do that, but we're a little small, so we don't. Anyway, that's brilliant, Cindy. Cindy says she uses an old knife drawer insert to hold her rulers. That's smart. Yeah. That's those old. Yeah, that's brilliant. This is good. Please make a ruler for regular machines. Oh, you mean for like where you're doing this? Mom, Pop, and Son shop, Cindy says. Yes, we are a Mom, Pop, and Son. We try to do what we can. We've got a little RV and boat storage. It's got like 36 spots on it. It's not big at all. It's not big. My daughter-in-law manages that, and she's in Colorado Springs. She's doing the books, the billing, I don't have the time for that. Oh my goodness. I don't know about making a ruler for regular machines. I would think it'd be the same, wouldn't it? Because right now there are quilting rulers for where you sit down, and you drive it. You think you could use the ruler on a domestic ruler foot with a ruler foot attachment? I don't know, Paula. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure, aren't you guys using that are doing your quilting on your domestics? Are you using the regular rulers? Yeah. Carrie says she uses rulers on her domestic. It'd be the same thing. Be exactly the same. You've got to have some kind of table. So like my NQ 3700D right here, Gypsy, the bed of that machine kind of rounds down, so it would wobble every which way. I would have to put a sew steady table around it and get that straight and flat and level in order to be able to do that. You'd have to put on a sew steady for sure. Yep. Well, hello from Sweden. Wow. Scraptastic crocheter. That's nice. That's a first. Glad you are here. Thank you for joining us. Betty Boop says you have to check the height of the foot shaft. Yeah, that's true. If you are on a low shank machine, you might be in trouble. You might not be able to do that. So this is a high shank machine. Oh, y'all had recommended too that I check out getting the Stitch in the Ditch foot for this machine. And I found it at Ken's Sewing and it was like $20. Okay, that's fine. $11.95 shipping. And then it was like, really? Because we ship out of here and I use pirateship.com and it's like $4.95. I didn't get it, but I'm going to. Correct. Betty Boop says domestic. That's Lisa. Domestic rulers are 1/4 inch thick. Okay, so these rulers, quilting rulers are 1/8 of an inch. Okay. And then this is either mine. These are domestic rulers. Like here's the one from Piece and Quilt. Here's the one from Piece and Quilt. I use this on my long arm if I'm going to do a curve or something. And this is, it is just a hair shy of 1/4 inch. But yeah, most of them are 1/4. This one, whatever mill they made of this, I don't know what the millimeter height, how thick this is. But you need something that the hopping foot is not going to hop onto when you're doing. That's why these are thicker on the long arm. So, talking about long arming today, you guys. Get a new, you got. Okay, so this is Tiny right here. The 1500, Tiny does this all the time. Takes the special high shank ruler foot. Okay, yeah. This is a high shank machine. Absolutely, sure is. I like it. But you got to find the right, one. Scraptastic crocheter is new to quilting. Get on it. You'll love it. You'll love it. Oh my goodness. Where are we at? 43. 372 today. We're a little light. It's Friday. You guys are busy. I'm pouring myself some more coffee. Buy two and glue them together. Tina, you're funny. We quilters, we're like, adapt and make do. We'll make it work. Yeah, it is very addictive. Oh, Carrie says that Angela Walters is starting to release low shank quilting rulers. That's great. Because there's so many people who are, we want to quilt at home. We embroiderers, we jump on the whole Designs by Juju end-to-end quilting thing and just go to town with it. So many embroidery companies have realized that they need to get on that bandwagon. That is correct. Glory says that any presser foot for the Juki TL models fit the PQ 1500. They are identical in shape, size, buttons, mechanics, stickers, everything. They're identical, almost like they came out of the same factory. So strange. Yeah. Low shank machines need an 1/8 inch thick ruler. And that is these. The problem with these thin regular quilting rulers, not long arm rulers. The problem with regular thin quilting rulers is the foot, as it goes up and down, you can get that 8-inch ruler, 8-inch 1/8 inch ruler underneath that foot, and bam, break that needle. You don't want to do that. Uh-oh. You guys, oh my goodness. I see what y'all are doing to poor scraptastic crocheter from Sweden. I see what you guys are doing. Mary, you found the high shank stitch. I'm going to look for it. I didn't look a lot. It's made by Honey Sew. Says, okay. Thank you, Mary. Atta girl. This is why I like you guys. We're talking and you guys are scrambling all over the internet, finding everything. Thank you. I'll get that. Yeah. You guys, I'd love to support Ken's sewing. But, you know, here's my thing on this. Here's my thing on that. You know, there's other shipping things available to you. I know that foot is this big. The package is like this, and it would fit. Like, we do $5 shipping on our seam rippers through Shopify, and we do it through, if you guys buy things, or I'm going to send you things from the giveaways on Sunday, I do it through pirateship.com. And it's so much cheaper. I don't understand why businesses don't do that. Anyway, but what you guys are doing to the new, hi, I'm a new quilter, I'm just trying it out. You guys are so funny. Y'all swarm around them. Come into the light. Come in, you will love it. We're going to get you going. You're going to love it. You guys are so funny. Kim, I love Shopify too. If you guys have small little mom and pop businesses, your little entrepreneurs, Shopify is an alternative to Etsy. And I really like, so Shopify is out of Canada. They're great. We swapped our store site over to them from Etsy probably about, 2 years ago or so, because Etsy has some policies I'm not real crazy about. One of them is they will, without your permission, take your items and sell them in side banners, in ads outside of the platform. So they'll sell your stuff off site. Well, whatever it is, if they sell one of your things off the Etsy platform, they're paying another company to do that. And they get paid. So let's say your item is $5 and Etsy takes 50 cents of every $5 from you to sell. So your take home is $4.50. Okay. So then they decide, like, ooh, Keith's seam rippers are selling so well that we're going to promote these off platform. So they sell it. And you know, when you guys go to these news sites, any site you go to in the world, it's got ads all over it, right? If somebody clicks on that, and Etsy is paying that company to promote your product on their off-site, off-platform. So then when somebody clicks on it and they buy it, now Etsy, in order to make that transaction happen, they're taking another 25 or 50 cents from you. They're not taking it out of their pocket. They're taking it out of your pocket. So instead of you getting $4.50 now for that $5 item, now you're only getting $4. And you can't opt out of that program. And I don't like that. So we moved from Etsy. Susan says the Baby Lock Accomplish looks identical to the machine I have behind me. The Jane did too. Did they retire that and they just, or renamed it the Accomplish, gave it a couple more little features? Is Shopify a good place to sell your digital quilt patterns? Sabrina wants to know. Yes, absolutely. They are. Yeah, Shopify is great. And one of the good things with Shopify, so they're, you know, they all charge on a credit card sale 2.9% plus 30 cents or 50 cents or whatever. They all charge something like that. So it's good. Jean's here. Hi, Jean. You're not late. You're fine, sister. It's all good. Yeah, take a look into Shopify. They have different plans based on whatever. And it's pretty easy, and their customer service is very good. I've had them reply back quite quickly on things. So I'm all about Shopify instead of doing, you know, and then Etsy started, Square went up to 3.9. Really? Oh, that's too bad. Well, you know, everything's going up, y'all. They nickel and dime you to death, don't they? Yeah. There are so many of you here that are small entrepreneurs, and you know, you're trying to get out to the markets and stuff. And I truly appreciate that. Scotty could not find the Cozy Notions Square Up Flying Geese ruler on Amazon or any place on the Square Up Flying Geese ruler. Oh, it's not. No, I don't think that's it. This is it here. Clearly perfect slotted trimmer. I need a piece of paper. This is the Square Up. No, this is half square triangles. What I was talking about was Block Lock. BLOC. I've got them linked below in the description box, Scotty. They're there. Yeah. Okay. I've never used, Liz, the Acorn pressing pen versus I haven't used any of those. I just don't use anything like that. Creative Notions has one. Good. That's great. Yep. I can't say your name. I'm going to just put it on the screen. Started selling by word of mouth and saved tons. Yeah. So in addition, so the lady who was here with all of her panel patterns, the last video I did on those, she has So Uniquely Yours, Lynn. She was paying Etsy $30 a month to advertise her stuff out. And I said, stop doing that. And you guys jumped all over it. Now you know about her patterns, and she's doing just fine. You just need word of mouth. You're absolutely right. Oh, the names of machines have been changed so a gender name is not used. Really, Terry? Isn't that interesting? Y'all, I haven't sewn a stitch. I don't feel like it today. Isn't that wonderful about our retreats? Sometimes you don't feel like stitching. Oh, I wanted to share something with you guys too. This back here, this is a gingerbread pattern, a couple years old. I started it years ago. I got the kit at Scrappy. I started it years ago. It's just a little adorable little winter wall hanging. It's panels, right? And I finished it at a retreat several years ago. I took it with me to finish at a retreat. Oh, Mo. Okay, thank you. I appreciate that. A little help. I need a little help. So this is just adorable. I was still working on perfecting my points and getting my half square triangles and everything working and whatnot. And you know what, you guys? So my goal was to make sure on these white blocks with the little brown dits on it, that those were all going the same direction. See how they're all vertical, the little white dits? But look, down here at the bottom of this, I got some dits that are going horizontal instead of vertical. Now they were vertical, but if the piece was flipped around anyway. And you know what, y'all? I beat myself up over that so bad that the little lines were going the wrong direction, that I have let this sit at least 2 years and didn't finish it. I didn't quilt it. And it's been hanging on my rack. I even custom pieced the back with some extra blocks. This is the back. I had extra blocks in the panel, and so I custom pieced the back. Isn't that cute? And I didn't finish it because it had that mistake in it, or what I said was a mistake. And I was looking at this the other day, and I thought, you know what? I put so much work into this. If I didn't know it was a mistake, nobody else would either, right? And I hear you guys. Nobody, that's right. Only I would notice that, Bernadette. It wouldn't compete in a show, but I don't make show quilts. And then I felt bad because I've let down my quilt top by not finishing it. I love this, you guys. That is just so pretty. It's made from a panel and a charm pack. This gingerbread pattern and fabric. So it's in the queue. So I just want you guys to kind of, if you guys have things like that where you look at something and you made a mistake and you say, oh, I'm not going to finish that, but I can't bring myself to throw it away or whatever. If the mistake is horrific, take it out and fix it, right? But if it's not, if it's a mistake in your head, put it up there anyway. I have really come to, over the last year, especially since I retired. Yes, Barbara says we can be our own worst enemy. That's absolutely right. You know, just because a piece was turned the wrong direction on a background fabric, really? I'm not doing it. I'm not gonna subscribe to that kind of perfectionism anymore, because perfectionism is paralyzing. I think it's beautiful, and I'm gonna finish it. I could finish it and donate it. Yes, Patty, you're absolutely right. I could. I'm not going to because I love it. But I'm gonna give myself some grace on that and say, I know, Alicia, no one notices the dits are going a different direction but me. I know. You're a wing it quilter? That's great. Oh, Bernadette, you are so nice. If the quilt police arrest me, y'all will come bail me out. I love it. That's great. That's hilarious. Yeah. We all have unfinished projects, you know. Take them out and finish them. That's what our quilt retreats are for, is to finish those UFOs. You know, put the quilt retreat on a device and let it play. We don't have commercials during this because it's live, which is very nice. But you guys give yourself some grace. It's okay. I'm going to finish this and it's going to be beautiful. And I'm going to put it up this winter in my home because I like it. Yeah. Scotty removed some stitches working on it this morning. That's okay. Margie says y'all can bribe the quilt police with all your donuts. Yeah, so I have a whole rack here of things that need done that I have not completed. That these are done. If they're on the rack, they're ready for the long arm, or they need binding or something like that. So am I having a quilt retreat? This is my quilt retreat, you guys. Yeah, we have a daily here. Okay. I am working. I've got something in my head for quilt retreats later on in 2024. In-person quilt retreats. We will talk about them. Yes, Daryl, the perfection curse can be paralyzing. It's absolutely right. So I'm going to stop on beating myself up about those little things. It's not fair to the quilt. It's not fair to me. And so I'm going to I'm going to finish that and have it. And you guys will see it back here on my wall one day finished, and you'll say, oh my goodness, that's gorgeous. All right, you guys, our hour is up. We all have lives to do. We all have lives to live, right? So thank you so much for joining me this morning. This has been a treat. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. Please hit the thumbs up or the up arrow if you're watching on a TV, and consider subscribing. We would love to have you as part of our team here. And I just love you guys. All right, we will talk to you soon. Go sew something. Bye.